Greetings, my little zonelings, and welcome again to ECCHIcation, the Japanese language show where we learn just how fast you can get slapped on the street.
Today's lesson is going to cover a broad range of subjects, but it all relates to Zontan's favorite beverage, man juice.
Pearl jam, baby batter, nut cream. English has many a euphemism for the sticky white, and Japanese can be just as colorful. The most clinical term that Japanese has is pretty straightforward, samen, which is their loan word from English. But if you want spice, and who doesn't, the more fun term for dick tears is seiki.
Keep in mind, zonelings, that seiki is a specific term for ball grease. A more genital neutral term for love fluids is aieki, which can be literally read as just that, love fluid, ai and eiki. Though if you party with Zontan long enough, you know that love has little to do with it.
That's right, old sport. And speaking of parties, I am certain that all of you out there are aware of bukkake. But how many of you are aware of what it actually means?
The verb bukakeru breaks down into a number of compound verbs that generally distill down to hit with pouring or splashing liquid. It originally was meant to describe a way of preparing noodles, usually by pouring hot broth over them. Hence why if you go walking around Japan, you'll find bukkake soba or bukkake udon being advertised.
And trust me, no one is more disappointed than me. But moving on, how many of you out there remember a term from an earlier episode, gokkun? You didn't think we'd let that little term get by, did you?
Literally translated, the term gokkun is an onomatopoeia for the sound one makes when they're swallowing. Kind of like the English word gulp.
From that context, I'm sure you can gather what it means, and if not, I'm sure Wikipedia will have a creepy drawing illustrating exactly what it is.
We also want to point out that despite gokkun being an onomatopoeia, it's not written in katakana. The rules about when a sound word is written in katakana or hiragana is pretty nebulous, but it mostly has to do with the sound of the word and how harsh or soft it sounds. Apparently, to the Japanese ear, gokkun is a softer sound than, say, most any kind of noise word in JoJo.
But trying to tie this all together, how would you use any of this in a sentence? Well, suppose you had a couple of strapping bucks over and you wanted to, say, spill some broth over your noodles, you could say, "Ippai
Conversely, if you want to give your partner a nice, refreshing drink, you could say, "Seiki o nomikamimasu."
I think I'd rather drink pus from a weeping sore.
You know, structurally speaking...
But you are not going to ruin drinking cum for me. This episode of ECCHIcation is brought to you by Tentacle Grape Soda, the only Tentacle Monster approved soft drink, Tentacle Grape. We're going to fill your mouth with fizz.